watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, thank you for joining us on DC News Now. I'm Shanika Grimshaw. We're going to get to your top stories in just a bit, but first we want to check in with meteorologist Jackie Layer with a check on the weather. Jackie, thankfully we are starting to see some sunshine. We did start out with a lot of fog.
Yeah, that fog lifting out, and we'll continue to see a bit more of that sunshine breaking out into the early afternoon. However, later on this evening and later on today, we'll see that chance for some showers or thunderstorms, especially developing right around 4 p.m. Those will be mainly back out towards our westernmost areas. That'll be along and south of 66 and back over towards parts of the Shenandoah Valley. So heads up, as we could see some thunderstorm activity again today. And I know those are some of the areas that have already been dealing with a lot of the rainfall the last several days. So heads up, as we look towards 8 p.m., we should be seeing a gradual clearing of any of the thunderstorm activity. Mainly cloudy temperatures. Highs today will be topping out into those lower 80s for much of the area. Tomorrow will be warmer, and we do have more thunderstorm chances. I'll place details on that coming up.
All right, Jackie, thank you. This morning, D.C. police are investigating a deadly shooting in Southeast. It happened late last night on Elvins Road. Police say they found a man shot multiple times near an apartment building where he later died. Police are now working to identify the man, and anyone with information is asked to call police. And happening today, organizers are holding a birthright citizenship rally at the Supreme Court. The rally comes as the Trump administration is trying to get rid of birthright citizenship. Now, back in January, President Trump signed an executive order that could potentially deny U.S. citizenship to children born to in the U.S. to undocumented people or people who are not permanent residents. This would force hospitals to check the immigration status of parents. If they can't provide proof, that baby will not be granted citizenship. At the Supreme Court today, judges will debate on whether lower courts are able to block the administration from executing federal policies.
The Constitution is both clear here and right here. And the idea that an administration could unilaterally overwrite the Constitution is something that would be incredibly harmful. Somebody who's been building a life here but has been locked out by a broken immigration system, somehow we're going to punish their kid for their entire life. This is such an important thing where we can't take a step backwards.
And the rally will happen in front of the Supreme Court while court hearings are in session. And flooding on the outskirts of the DMV turned deadly. A 12-year-old boy was swept away in Virginia, and western Maryland is bearing the brunt of water overflowing banks of creeks and rivers, causing significant damage. Those riverfront communities like Harpers Ferry along the Potomac and Shenandoah seeing water levels rise into late last night. Bike and walking paths becoming dangerous and overflowed. You can see tires, trees, and large pieces of debris cascading down the rivers in the DMV, and roads becoming brown waterways in parts of northern and central Virginia as well as western Maryland. 2 elementary schools were evacuated Tuesday from flooding in Allegheny County. Communities in recovery mode near creeks and rivers as they brace for more potential problems. And members of Montgomery County's Fire's Swift Water Rescue Team, they were there last night to lend a helping hand.
People that are along the river and campers should get out, and they only got a short notice to get out, and before the first responders have to get out there to rescue the people.
Schools in Allegheny County will remain closed today. And developing now, the feds say a hotline connecting DCA air traffic controllers and the Pentagon has been disconnected for 3 years. That's according to the Washington Post. The line is maintained by the Defense Department. And meanwhile, the deputy head of air traffic control testified at a hearing yesterday. The deputy says they were not aware of the outage. And also developing now, a Georgetown scholar is on his way home to Virginia nearly 2 months after being detained by ICE. Badar Khansuri was arrested, and the Trump administration argued for him to be deported. They called him a threat due to his wife's connection to Gaza, but his attorney argued he is no threat and he has a right to free speech. A judge agreed, and he's now out of custody. We heard from Dr. Khansuri just moments after his release from an ICE detention center in Texas. DC News Now's Max Marcilla has the update.
After nearly 2 months in ICE custody, Badar Khansuri is free.
There was no charge, there was nothing. they made a subhuman out of me.
His release happening just a few hours after a federal judge in Alexandria ordered it. Back in Virginia, his wife Mafez thanking the judge.
It's a victory for all of us. A victory for justice.
Consuri was arrested outside of his Arlington apartment back on March 17th and eventually brought to a detention center in Texas. The Trump administration says it revoked his student visa because of his social media posts and his connection to his Palestinian wife and her father, who worked with Hamas.
He should have never been arrested and jailed for his constitutionally protected speech just because the government disagrees with him. He should have never been punished for his relationship with his wife or his father-in-law.
Badr told me, if my suffering in the detention center is because I married to a Palestinian and because I spoke out against the genocide in Gaza, then I should wear it as a badge of honor.
Now. The ruling was a moment to celebrate for those rallying at the courthouse for Consuri's release, as his loved ones eagerly await his return.
I can't wait for the moment when my husband will reunite with my children.
Consuri's next immigration hearing is set for June 3rd. The judge gave no conditions for his release other than attending his hearings. And Arlington County Police are no longer allowed to reach out to federal immigration officials proactively. The county board voted Tuesday to take out language from its trust policy. One of the biggest concerns, immigrants have been afraid to report crimes to police out of fears of being deported. The county board is also concerned about immigrants being deported to foreign jails without due process. The board unanimously removed Section 7 of its trust policy, meaning county law enforcement can't proactively contact federal immigration authorities about any issue. Board members say ICE already has access to a database of everyone in the detention facility.
I want the police to be able to keep the community safe, and they can report to crime so that future crimes don't happen, and anybody that's committing a crime now, I'm worried that if people think that they can just target immigrants, that bad things will happen to immigrants.
Arlington Republicans are disappointed at this county board for refusing to work with federal law enforcement, including ICE, to uphold our immigration laws.
We did reach out to ICE for comment, but we haven't heard back. And today is National Prader-Willi Syndrome Awareness Day. It's a rare genetic disorder, and a Virginia father is turning his family's challenges into a mission for change. DC News Now's Yamari Sase has a story.
Charles Conway knew from the beginning his daughter would face a difficult road. Prader-Willi syndrome affects everything from muscle tone to development and behavior.
When she was born with low muscle tone, where she couldn't hold her head up. She had a faint cry where she couldn't scream loud.
And 4-year-old Angelica is also nonverbal and also diagnosed with autism. But her parents aren't letting that stop her from growing or being heard.
Me and my wife, we realized that we had to be the voice for her in every aspect, with doctors, at schools, family members, even congressmen and women who don't understand PWS.
From doctors to lawmakers, the family's pushing for more research, more treatment options, and more understanding.
I want her to have independence. I also want to continue to advocate that we have drugs or treatments that can better not only my daughter's life, but the life of all patients dealing with Prader-Willi syndrome.
And while the condition presents daily challenges, they're still making memories like any other family.
We still go to movies. We'll still go to the park. Yes, will there be times where she may have a tantrum or something? Yes. But we with our ABA therapy, we've learned how to deal with that.
Prader-Willi syndrome affects 1 in 15,000 children. But for Charles Conway, it's not just about the diagnosis. It's a reason to fight.
We know that the Lord has given Angelica to us for a purpose and for a reason, and that's to bring about awareness about kids with disabilities and special needs. Be advocates for them in every aspect that we can.
Reporting in Woodbridge, Virginia, I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
And happening today, it's Bike to Work Day. It's a way to celebrate commuting in Arlington. And if you're working at home or if you have to commute to your workplace, you can join thousands around the region for a fun, healthy, and sustainable event. You can share your Bike to Work Day experience on social media just using the hashtag BikeArlington. And I know we won't be using that hashtag ever, Jackie, because the time we get to work,
right.
No, that just wouldn't work.
Just a little too early.
Right.
Yeah.
But we're seeing some sunshine, so maybe that's a good time to go ahead and bike.
Yeah, and thankfully it is today the Bike to Work day in Arlington, just because the last several days we've been dealing with a lot of rainfall. This is a view of some of those rainfall totals over the last 3-day time span. We're talking at least 2 inches of rainfall for DC, but some of those areas into Northern Virginia, including Arlington, receiving at least 3 inches of rainfall. It's back out towards the west, though. I want to focus on these areas that I'm circling here, back over towards Front Royal, even over towards Luray area. Some pockets of that area received over 7 inches of rainfall over the last 3 days, and today could be dealing with some more isolated thunderstorms that could contain even more heavier downpours, and there's that slight risk that has been issued from the Storm Prediction Center back out towards those same areas that I was circling. So again, we could be dealing with that potential for some flash flooding with already a saturated ground. That severe outlook for tomorrow, it's a marginal risk. However, we could see that slight risk expand to include parts of our area tomorrow, just because we could see that potential for some stronger storms. Considering the environment will be primed for it, considering tomorrow we're looking at temperatures, highs tomorrow back to near 90 degrees for parts of the area to round out the work week. So heads up. A futurecast out there for the day today. We'll see sunny breaks through the early afternoon hours. Later on this afternoon, as we start to see some clusters of storms bubbling up back out towards some of those higher elevations, back out towards the west and even out towards the Shenandoah Valley too. Now we have some clusters of storms even between say 5 to 8 p.m. this evening, back along and mainly south of 66 before eventually those do fade away a little bit after sunset this evening. Then overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, could get clipped by some showers and some pockets of some heavier downpours sliding through early Friday morning. And then we should see those fade away before some more clusters of showers and storms are expected later on tomorrow afternoon. So this is looking ahead with that set up into your Friday afternoon and evening. This particular model, this is the latest model update showing some of those clusters of showers and storms bubbling up right around 4 p.m. I think we could see the potential for even stronger storms late tomorrow night with that warm front drifting in, but then those do break apart over our area into early Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon, we do have a cold front swinging through. Behind it, we see those temperatures and at least better conditions into your Sunday. Sunday's high temperatures likely right around 80. Saturday, we'll see high temperatures still mid to upper 80s out there for at least the first half of the weekend. So at least Sunday will feel a little bit better out there behind that cold front, but it's still going to be a hot one out there Saturday, very similar to Friday's high temperature. As we look towards the start of that next work week, upper 70s Monday, we settle into those lower 70s on Tuesday, or I should say lower 70s into Wednesday, with that threat for some scattered storms returning to the area.
All right, thank you, Jackie. Well, it's not even summer yet, as you can see, but we're already talking football. For the first game of the regular season, that is going to be 112 days away. NFL teams releasing their full schedules. Here's a look at the Commanders' schedule. It includes a home game on Christmas Day, and that's a game against the Cowboys at 1 p.m. Their season opener will be against the Giants on September 7th, and they also have 2 Monday Night Football games, one against the Bears and the other against the Chiefs, as well as 2 Sunday night games, a Thursday night game, and an international game against the Dolphins in Spain. And the Baltimore Ravens releasing their schedule as well. Their first game is against the Bills. It's Sunday night matchup on September 7th. That's followed by the Browns and then a Monday night game against the Lions on October 30th. The Ravens will take on Miami in a Thursday night matchup. And meantime, the Washington Capitals are hoping to avoid elimination in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Game 5 is tonight at Capital One Arena. The Hurricanes have 3 wins in the best of 7 series. So the Caps have to get a W tonight or it's the end of the season. The puck drop is at 7. And a benchmark celebration in Maryland. The Boys and Girls Club of Indian Head held a grand opening at the Gordon Croft Clubhouse. The new clubhouse will help support the community and more opportunities for kids in Southern Maryland. That's all the time we have for you this morning on DC News Now, so be sure to stick around for more news and weather coming up on the news at noon.